Nora Oakman on the field, Kevin Kugler, Mark Sanchez in the booth, Dean Blandino in our studios in Los Angeles. It's been a defensive-minded game today, Mark. 2 huge interceptions thrown by Flacco that directly turned into 14 Bears points. One of them, pick 6 from Tremaine Edmonds.
Yeah, the pick 6 was just tough for this Browns team, but the defense has stepped up. You mentioned it, Kevin. And Joe Flacco knows something about fourth quarter comebacks in this building all the way back to his days as a Baltimore Raven.
Here's Flacco looking downfield. Open, and Cooper makes the catch and breaks free. Cooper tiptoes all the way for the touchdown. Joe Flacco over 300 yards passing on the afternoon. The touchdown pass to Amari Cooper, and they'll line up to try to tie it up.
That's 2 weeks in a row over the 300-yard mark.
Hopkins with the extra point, and we've got a brand new ball game.
Well, it's been a rough game for Michael Dunn, and they're going to get him out on the edge. They're going to fake the back inside and roll Joe Flacco out. It just makes it hard for the defense to sort through everything, but they're going to blow the top off the coverage, and here comes Amari Cooper in that little honey hole in cover 2. And Joe Flacco, are you kidding me with that precision and accuracy? There goes the tightrope down the sideline. I know it hasn't been pretty, but this dude is just unfazed. I mean, he is steady as they come, giving this offense some life, giving him a catch and run opportunity, and there he goes. There's that 10-year-old kid throwing it around in the front yard again. He's back, and he knows how to do it in the fourth quarter. He's going to be sore tomorrow, man. Holy smokes.
First time since weeks 2 and 3 with the Jets last year that he's topped the 300-yard mark in consecutive games. And Joe Flacco and the Browns have tied it up at 17 apiece. What a ball game, and still 3:08 to go in regulation.
Oh, man.
All 3 timeouts in the pocket of each team, plus the 2-minute warning.
Crowd's back into this thing. Dog pound's feeling it. This defense is going to come out juiced up.
They've seen this before in Cleveland. You remember the Cardiac Kids back in 1979, 1980 with Brian Sipes, Sam Rutigliano? Well, Cardiac Cleveland has returned. Week 6, Jake Moody missed a 41-yard field goal with 9 seconds left. Browns win. Kareem Hunt, the 1-yard touchdown run in Week 7 over the Colts. Browns win by 1. 14-point fourth quarter comeback against the Ravens Week 10. Browns win 33-31. Dustin Hopkins, the game winner Week 11. Browns win by 3 thanks to that field goal. Now a tie game. 3:08 to go. And the Cardiac Kids are back in Cleveland.
I was worried these fans were leaving thinking this game was over. They're just going to get a refill. They're ready for the fourth quarter. They know all about this.
Pitch play. Herbert, nowhere to go. Snowed under by Myles Garrett.
It's Sweat, it's Garrett, back and forth, trading blows, but watch him beat the seal block inside by Cole Kmet, number 85. Cole's got to pin him down no matter what. Pre-snap, if you have to get a little bit closer, get closer, but you can't let that guy blow up the play. That's where it starts.
Second down, pressure up the middle. Fields hit as he throws down the sideline, incomplete. Owusu-Koramoah again with that blast up the middle in the face of the Bears QB, and now 3rd and 15.
Well, we've seen this all game long. Owusu-Koramoah, they went 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, and I mean, geez, the backs have to help out the quarterback there, Khalil Herbert. He's got to get a bigger piece of that. Go take the fight to Owusu-Koramoah and give Justin Fields time, but another huge 3rd and long. This is what the Browns defense specializes in.
Fields to Johnson on the sideline. Good open field tackle by Martin Emerson. And the Browns pitch another 3 and out. The 8th 3 and out today for the Chicago Bears.
All right, this is a bad man right here, and I'm blowing him up for a reason. Watch what he does to the tackle, Jones. He takes a piece of the running back, then throws Jones out the club all the way in the backfield. But when it's 3rd and long like that, you have plenty of time.
Ever since David Njoku started warming up with his shirt off, it's become a thing.
Oh, man.
Everybody's doing it.
Now I know where he got it from.
Browns fans mildly fired up.
Fired up.
17-17, about to get the football back on the punt. Short punt. It'll bounce at the 40, take a good Bears roll, and it'll trickle out of bounds at the 21. A 56-yard punt as Joe Flacco goes back to work, and his day's been up and down.
It absolutely has. It started slow, but it doesn't matter how you start. It's how you finish. He had the pick 6 here. And then his 3rd interception where they had it dialed up. He kind of tried to throw it off his back foot and missed the throw. He comes back. Huge touchdown to Njoku. And then again, this absolute seed in between 3 different Bears players. And Amari Cooper stays in bounds for the touchdown. Let's see what this guy's got, man. He's already thrown it 40 times, over 300 again. And remember, they're not. Listen, they're in a 2-minute mode, but they don't have to rush, right? They want to play with some pace, but they got an excellent kicker in D-Hop.
Off the play fake, Flacco throws on 1st down. Njoku wide open at the 40, to the 45, leaping in the air and shoved out mid-leap by Tyrique Stevenson. One play, 31 yards into Bears territory.
Well, watch this little corner route, the quick fake. And I love the tempo by Njoku. And he cut off his way perfectly. I don't know about the jump at the end.
Like, I'm going to leap over you, and Stevenson, no, you're not.
Like a kung fu movie or something.
So to the 48-yard line, 1st down. In and out of the hands of Amari Cooper. Flag is down on the far side of the field.
They might have been offsides.
Bears have only been flagged 4 times for 19 yards today. Everybody pointing at everybody else.
Offside. Offense number 85.
That's Njoku.
Still 1st down.
Boy, offsides have been an oft talked about penalty of late on the offense.
Well, you could see him right there. And his helmet's blocking the ball, so the ref can't see when the ball's snapped. But it's been the call du jour, if you will.
Yeah, Kadarius Toney sort of started a trend. We saw it last night.
It's been a point of emphasis for sure. But with all your timeouts, you're not out of your run game. Got to be smart here and get some yards back on this 1st and 15.
Flacco for Cooper, and Stevenson nearly had his 2nd pick and the 4th Flacco interception of the day. Instead, breaks up that pass at its 2nd down.
Well, Flacco's throwing this, expecting Cooper to cut right off his outside foot, and Coop kind of gives him an indicator a little early. Flacco cuts it loose. And a little bit of extra sauce at the top of the route that Flacco wasn't ready for.
We watched Dustin Hopkins in warm-ups going this direction today.
Yep.
He was lining up from 59 and 60, but he consistently missed wide left, and then he cut off and flipped the field. Pressure coming as they set up the screen. Well defended by the Bears from start to finish. Justin Jones made sure that Jerome Ford could not turn that one upfield, and it's 3rd down.
Well, watch the pressure immediately inside from Edwards, and he affects that throw. Really the timing of the screen, and had to speed up Joe Flacco and forced him to get rid of that ball early. But in man-to-man like that, you have to block the guy guarding the halfback. See if they get any more man-to-man.
3rd and 15. Flacco off his back foot. Njoku is there. He's got the 1st down and more. Spinning down the sidelines. The tight end inside the 20 before he's twisted out of bounds at the 19. 34 yards, and the Browns well within Dustin Hopkins' field goal range.
Well, Tremaine Edmonds is over the ball. He's going to fake go, then come, and here comes the free hitter. Flacco's going to drift just slightly to the right at the very end and held on. This is almost identical to the game last week. They tried to bring 4-week pressure with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Joe Cool, as cool as the other side of the pillow, just floats away from it, holds it for an extra beat. You see that? That's the same reaction as last week against the Jaguars. He knew the blitz was coming, held on to it long enough, makes the play to Njoku again.
Timeout used by the. We saw the Flacco reaction. We did not get the happy Kevin Stefanski reaction that we saw last week as he ran up and down the sidelines, but we did get happy Joe Flacco.
Well, you see his eyes. I mean, Flacco, just that extra little hold right there to make sure Njoku could see him and see the ball get released. But teams pressure this guy late, and he knows exactly what to do when you get the pressure.
Career game-winning drives for Joe Flacco. The last time was here in Cleveland as a member of the Jets. The fans who were here that day that are here this day will have a different reaction if he's able to pull off the game-winning drive today.
I mean, they are right where they need to be. This is just a chip shot for Hopkins. Expect 2 hands on the football from Kareem Hunt. There's your 3 tight end personnel, 13.
Hunt the carry, and timeout used by the Bears. So Chicago calls timeout. Rasheem Green with the tackle. So the Browns, who came into the day holding the top wild card spot in the AFC. This is up to the minute. Updated as of now. Chiefs got the win. You see the Browns still in that top spot, 8-5. They are hoping for some Ravens losses because they'd like to get back into the picture in the division. A couple of games behind Baltimore. Houston is in overtime as you see that team in the hunt taking on the Titans in Nashville. And a lot of teams still chasing. The Bills coming up next in America's Game of the Week against the Dallas Cowboys. Now 2nd and 8. Dustin Hopkins, who's hit 8 straight game-winning field goal attempts in the final 2 minutes or overtime. A chance for another game winner potentially here.
I'm shocked they're in the shotgun, but see the handoff.
And there's the handoff. Kareem Hunt trying to jump over the pile. Doesn't get far to the 15-yard line. 2-yard gain. Timeout number 2 used by the Chicago Bears.
Speaking of cardiac,
yeah, right?
He jumped right there. Almost gave me a heart attack.
So 3rd down coming up, and the Bears down to 1 timeout left. Coming up next, it's America's Game of the Week. Our NFL doubleheader continues. Dak and the Cowboys taking on Josh Allen and the Bills right here on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Myles Garrett and that Cleveland defense got enough stops today to push this one later into the 4th quarter. Gave their offense a chance to come back down 17-7. Dustin Hopkins hoping for a chance. And another one.
We're just going to center this football, put it exactly where Hopkins wants it.
That's what he does. Plops it onto the right hash. Bears use their final timeout. And here comes Dustin Hopkins, trying to give Cleveland the lead late at Brown Stadium.
God, it makes you wonder about that Hail Mary attempt before halftime.
The decision by the Bears not to try the 55-yard field goal at the end of the first half, going the opposite direction. Instead, through the Hail Mary, came away with no points. And now, Hopkins on to try to give Cleveland the lead, this from 34 yards out.
Joe Flacco, we mentioned it in the opener. Elf on the shelf. I don't mean Brownie, that angry elf. I mean the elf with a little magic.
Dustin Hopkins for the lead. And Cleveland's on top. % of Cleveland's salary cap resides on IR. the highest percentage in the NFL. And the Browns are 32 seconds away, despite all of that, from winning their 9th game of the year and from Kevin Stefanski being the first Browns head coach with multiple winning years since Marty Schottenheimer, and Dustin Hopkins' kick trying to push him there.
Great nugget, Kugler.
There's still time for Chicago. They have no timeouts, but Kevin Stefanski nearly celebrating there. Browns fans who were despondent midway through this game, down 17-7 at the end of 3 quarters.
That third quarter was bleak. It was sad in here, and they sure flipped the script. And credit to that Jim Schwartz defense, keeping them in the game. The veteran presence of Joe Flacco. Just keep fighting, man. Keep standing up when you hear the bell ring, and keep throwing punches. You're always going to have a chance with this defense. And a kicker like Hopkins wasn't pretty.
All right, so 32 seconds to go, and the Bears with no timeouts head out to their 25-yard line. The game summary: Justin Fields, 136 yards, the touchdown, the pick. Joe Flacco, 374 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. This Bears defense, 3 takeaways, scoring 14 points off of those takeaways. But now they need something from their offense, and they need it fast with no timeouts, trying to get into field goal range for Cairo Santos.
They're going to need about 35, 40 yards-ish pretty quickly here. Got to get some chunk plays. This crowd is loud.
Fields on the roll. Down the sideline and dropped. Tyler Scott trying to climb the ladder to get it. He couldn't pull it in. 25 seconds to play, and it's 2nd and 10, and there's an injured Brown on the other side of the field.
Well, watch this collision right here with Zadarius Smith. Well, here's the route down the field. You'll see the jump, almost catch. Not a bad ball by Justin Fields, but watch this collision right here. Oh, man. Him and Zadarius Smith, Myles Garrett and Zadarius Smith collide helmets, trying to run a game, ran right into each other. That one's going to hurt.
Zadarius Smith stays down on the field. We'll step aside. Zadarius Smith up and walked to the sidelines for the Cleveland Browns. He's in the blue medical tent as the Bears go back to work on offense. 2nd down and 10, 25 seconds to play. Down 3. Fields setting up. Toss to the sideline. Scott tiptoes through 2 defenders, and Scott up the sidelines.
Look at
and
that.
The Ohio native breathes life into the Bears' chances.
Well, Denzel Ward is coming back from the shoulder injury, only gives an arm tackle here on the right, and Newsome is expecting a little more on the outside. Watch Ward, he flies by 21. There goes Newsome, expecting a little more help. Let's see if he stayed in bounds that whole time.
All the way to the 45-yard line, and now roughly
Ward
5 to 10 yards before
Ward missed that tackle and 2-hand touch.
Here's Fields, backside pressure from Garrett. Has to throw this one towards the sideline, and he throws it away.
Smart play by Fields, getting rid of that football. He knew he couldn't hold it. Only 10 seconds left. They got to get a completion here.
No timeouts. Remember, they can't use the middle of the field.
They got to get to the sideline. They're in dire straits, but they need some sort of toe drag swag, some sort of sideline miracle here.
Santos would love a chance. 55 yards, his career long. Last time he did it, week 12 in Minnesota. The other was in 2020.
And even Fields, as deadly as he is running the football, he didn't got enough time to get out of bounds for sure.
And the Browns will use the timeout.
And the Browns just want to see what kind of set and personnel that the Bears were going to come out in. Take a quick photo of it and regroup. Make sure everybody's on the same page. Jim Schwartz giving the last minute reminders to his guys. Joe Flacco watching eagerly.
Is that eager? That didn't look eager.
Anxious, but he's stoic no matter what, man. You never know what happened. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. This guy's just rock solid for this team.
I would love to ask his kids, is that the face Dad gives you when he's happy with you, sad, upset? All
Well,
of the above.
Remember, Stefanski mentioned he's got a fire in him, man. You can tell. You can feel it. When they beat the Blitz 2 weeks in a row on those huge plays that turned the tide of the game right here in front of their home fans in the dog pound, you can feel it. Him and Stefanski, they got a special bond. It's been fun to watch these guys finish football games.
Second down. Fields steps away, looking downfield and throws it away. Again, dealing with pressure almost the minute the ball hits his palms. 5 seconds to go. This could be the final play of the ball game.
We saw him running one of those sideline plays on the left where 3 receivers are trying to screen for at least one of them. 2 guys kind of get in the way of a defender, try and hide a guy, pop open late near the sideline. Just took a little too long, and Fields under duress almost immediately by none other than Myles Garrett. Between him and Montez Sweat, they're putting on a pass rush clinic.
Here we go. 5 seconds remaining in the game. Browns defense will back up. Fields, chased by Garrett, flushed, looking, sets up, throwing deep. Hail Mary, end zone, deflected, tipped, and intercepted. Almost caught, and then a deflection into the hands of DeAnthony Bell. Darnell Mooney, achingly close to a game winner, and instead the Browns survive 20-17, and Cleveland moves to 9-5.
Mooney had it. Mooney had it on the ground.
That's going to do it from Cleveland, America's Game of the Week, as we go to Los Angeles and Kurt Menefee for a State Farm game break.